Hi, my name is Frauke Urban. I'm going to talk about our project entitled China Goes Global, a comparative study of Chinese hydropower dams in Africa and Asia. We have a team of almost 20 researchers that are working in 4 case study countries and doing some work in China as well. Josepina is here in the room. We're also working with the Open University and with Giles Mohan, whom some of you might know, with the University of Nottingham in China and in Malaysia, with the University of Malaysia in Sabah, the University of Ghana, CDRI in Cambodia, NISA in Nigeria, Tsinghua University in Beijing, and the NGO International Rivers that focuses on international water management and advocacy. So we're looking at how China is going global through the lens of hydropower, and China is today the world's largest dam builder. There are actually more than 300 Chinese overseas dams. 60% are in Asia and 40% alone in Southeast Asia, and about 30% of them are in Africa. The state-owned enterprise Sinohydro leads the global dam sector in terms of the number of the dams that are built, the size of the dams, the investment sums, and being present on all continents. China itself has a very long history of domestic dam building, so it's estimated that there are about 45,000 dams within China's borders itself. But in recent years, there's lots of overseas investments for Chinese dams in low and middle income countries. And this is partly driven by China's rapid economic growth, so that natural resources are being depleted, but then also by its going out strategy, where the government encourages overseas investments, partly for accessing natural resources, but then also partly for encouraging employment overseas and to make profits for Chinese firms. And we see on a global scale that there's also a revival of hydropower in the light of climate change, with hydropower being a low-carbon energy source. And it's expected that more dams will be built globally, and China is at the forefront of this. So this is briefly the rationale of why we're looking at hydropower. Now I will briefly talk about the project aims and the conceptual framework. So this is the first comparative analysis of Chinese hydropower dams overseas. We're particularly looking at the environmental and social implications, and to some extent also the political and the economic implications. There's 4 research questions that we're particularly interested in. One is about the motives and the organization of Chinese hydropower actors, such as Sinohydro, but also Chinese banks that finance overseas dams. Then the impacts on local and national circumstances, particularly with regards to social implications and environmental implications. The other research question is what the UK and OECD interests are and how they are going to be affected by an increase in Chinese dams, and a question about global governance implications. We use 2 frameworks. One is the political ecology framework, which is used for analysing the conflicts that arise from the control over natural resources and the access to natural resources like energy and water. And we're also working with the agent drivers framework, which tells us the various channels of interaction that China uses for engaging with low and middle income countries. And combined this together, this is the framework of the political ecology for the agent drivers. We're having 4 dam case studies. One is the Bui Dam in Ghana. The other one is the Kamche Dam in Cambodia. Then we have the Bakan Dam, which is located in Borneo in Malaysia. And the Samfara Dam in Nigeria. And of these dams, 2 of them are actually located in national parks. So there's a range of conservation issues attached to that. And the other one is located in a rainforest area, in an area where there's very little energy demand as well, which just raises questions about the motives of why these dams were built and questions about governance issues in general. And we've been choosing these dams because they each represent a very specific approach to Chinese dam buildings. So the dam in Ghana and in Cambodia are both developed by Sinohydro and financed by Exim Bank, whereas the dam in Borneo and in Nigeria are being financed and developed by other unusual players, and this is what we want to find out. We've done some fieldwork in Ghana and in Cambodia recently. There's more fieldwork scheduled for Malaysia and Nigeria throughout this year, and we're also having fieldwork in China. The expected outcomes is to contribute to a better understanding of how China as a rising power challenges Western norms of infrastructural development and development in general, and also to be able to inform corporate behavior in the hydropower sector in China and overseas with regards to improving their social and environmental implications. And then also to contribute to national and international policy responses to Chinese energy investments, also with regards to donor agencies. And here are some pictures of the dam. So this is actually the Bui Dam in Ghana, and this is some of the field work that we've conducted with villages in Ghana. This is then a picture from the Kamche Dam in Cambodia, and some of the local communities that are being impacted. So these are local bamboo collectors that are producing baskets out of the bamboo, and their livelihood is severely impacted by the dam. And this is a focus group discussion that we had with men in a village in Cambodia. So far we've come up with suggestions of how to improve the environmental and social sustainability of dams, and I'm happy to talk more about this when there's more time in the lunch break or tomorrow.